Okay, welcome to another Deal Structure Sunday. Do not think that you cannot, in your marketplace right now, in this market, create 3 paydays, because you can. You're going to see how Brian's crushing it. Brian, welcome to another Deal Structure Sunday, buddy.
Thanks. Always happy to be here talking with you.
I very specifically said another, and apropos, you had a closing today for another Payday 1.
I did. I did.
And that's number 9.
Number 9.
You're so talkative today. Okay, so that's in like 15 or 16 months?
We are at just under 17 months since I started dialing. Yeah.
And I know we're here to do a deal, but I just want these guys to understand the brevity of this. So I just asked you off the cuff, what are all 9 deals, all 3 paydays, and the number was?
All 9 totals 684,000, which is a $76,000 average.
Sweet. You are within, seriously, like pennies of our deals, which is kind of cool, our average.
Yeah.
Look at that. What we say is actually very accurate. All right, let's dive in here. So what's the source on this particular deal? And I'll craft it up as we go.
Sure, as all of mine have been, it was expired off a Sly Broadcast voicemail that I sent out.
So I know we're going to go into the deal structure overtime over at smartrealestatecoachacademy.com, and that's going to be there's some crazy little things that happen here and some nuances that they're going to want to see and hear. But let's go into the basics here for this one. What kind of structure did the underlying seller have, and what did you go to for a deal type?
Sure. So I gave the seller a few options because they weren't sure where they wanted to land. I had a range of the equity that they wanted, but they had a loan balance of 269,457 was their exact loan balance.
Okay.
We agreed on an equity position of 30,543. Again, they chose that. That came with the 48-month term, and that puts us at a purchase price of $301,000.
301. So just again, Brian, because you're on deal 9 and because you and I talk every day, I want to make sure the viewers understand with a sandwich lease, which this is this type of deal. Brian used the 301 just to create the formula of debt and equity. And then what happens, as you'll see, is at the end of this term, he's going to give the seller the 30. That's locked in. But that 269 won't be 269 anymore. So you're gonna see that a little bit. What kind of term did you do?
48 months. 48-month sandwich lease.
48 months. Your terms so far range between what and what? 36 and 60?
36 and 60. I have a handful that are 5 years and 4 and yeah, 36.
Really, really cool portfolio. Really cool portfolio. Okay, so this is sandwich. All right. You went out and you put on the market, and we're going to talk in the nuances and the overtime about how long, what happened, blah, blah, blah. But for now, what do we sell it at?
339.9.
339.9. Jesus, this looks good. I just for the viewers to know, I haven't gone through this deal with Brian yet, so I'm as excited as you are. All right, let's talk about Payday 1.
Payday 1 found her buyer very quickly. 15,000 was her initial down payment
To start.
Plus the first month's rent, which is 2,355.
2,355. That begs us to explain what that means. You want to take a crack at it? You're fine with that.
Yeah, absolutely. So because of the way mortgages are paid, the seller's living in the house, for example, the entire month of December, and our buyer takes possession January the 1st. Well, we're not paying for December, the seller is. So we collect January and we start mortgage payments on February 1.
Sweet. And it's built into the agreement. All you have to do is fill in the blank, and it already says we're going to start 30 days later. So you don't have to try to explain that, and very few people ask. It's interesting. Okay, let's talk about any other down payments after this initial, because you already closed this deal. What happens next?
So I have two other deposits scheduled around tax time, both for 5,000 each, for a total of $10,000
Each tax year?
each tax year.
So 22, 23?
Actually, it was 21 and 22
Got it. Got it, got it, got it. Okay. Real good. So you're up to what? 25, 27 and change?
with the first month, correct?
27 and change. Sweet. All right, let's talk about payday number 2 on that 269, 457 debt. Is it PITI and what's the payment?
It is PITI. The monthly payment that I have to the seller is $1,770. We can go over some additional stuff in the nuances, but that's my commitment to the seller for the mortgage.
I love how you've teased the viewers like every 3 seconds that they got to go to the overtime. So good job there. All right, so the payment from the buyer, Brian.
2355.
Right, we had that above. Okay, what's that come to? So my brain doesn't have to work.
585 per month.
585, and if you viewers can follow my chicken scratch, you deserve an award. 585, and what's the? Did you give the buyer the same term as the seller?
I did not. I gave her 30 months, but if it goes full term, it'll be 28,080, $80.
20,080.
Yeah, if it goes 4 years.
All right, and in the nuances, we'll talk about this, but I'll just kind of give the viewers a little taste. This is smart that Brian did this. He has 18 months to pivot if they happen to have a life event. If they only have a little hiccup, he can give them a few months like he's the major savior. They don't know what his term is. So this is very cool that he has full control over what happens here. So great job there. All right, cool. So far we've got 27 and change. We've got 20,000 and change. Let's talk about payday 3. Brian, walk us through that.
Sure. So the price premium is 38,000.
Yep.
Yeah. Pay down on the loan per month, principal pay down is $420.
$420 on the 1770, decent.
And if that goes the full 48 months, that'll come out to $20,160.
Did you do 30 for the hell of it? It's like 12 or 13 grand.
I didn't, but I mean, my calculator is always nearby.
That's okay. We got a range there. That's cool. They understand that, but just by putting it out there, minus what they already paid of, what's the exact number? 27 what?
Well, it's 25. It's 25,000.
Oh, that's right, because the 2355 is rent only.
Correct.
So that stays in Old Hip National Bank, and the 25 comes off of the down payment.
I'm a big fan of that bank, by the way.
Yep. No, you're doing well with stacking that bank up. All right, so the cash out down here is how much?
$34,060.
$34.60.
Yep.
Okay, so all 3 paydays, total profit.
$89,495.
Okay, so cool. So you beat your average here. We used to have the chart. That's why I asked you when we started, hey, what's your tally? Now that you know it's 76 grand, literally every deal you constructed to make sure you're trying to up that average, and you just pulled it up. That's nice.
Yeah, definitely. The deals get better and better too, Chris. And the first 2 deals were way below my average, and I just got better and better as I got better at doing this and started structuring deals, that really fit my goals, in addition to the sellers and the buyers.
So, all right, so let's give them a taste for something before the overtime. Your lowest 3 payday deal and your highest were what?
Lowest was actually my first deal, 52,000, which I completely compared to convert and make it a better deal. And this one is the highest.
Okay, well, sweet. See, okay, that's not coincidental. So everyone viewing, it is super important that you understand that you can learn the techniques through the QLS course. I hope you do. Brian can comment on this in a minute. But the fact is, there's a lot that happens even between Brian's deal 1 and deal 9 with his skill sets and his deal structuring and whatever other person in our community may have helped, and there's probably dozens. But the fact is, and Brian, again, your opinion would be more closely to the community than mine. It's important that they don't leave money on the table. Yes, you could have done 9 deals at 52 grand. You would have been happy, but 89's better. I don't know. Thoughts before we go to overtime?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely left money on the table on my first deal, and that's just part of my eagerness to get the first deal done because you're working so hard, trying to get to that first deal. I remember when I gave her the first offer of the equity amount, I can't remember. I mean, she was saying yes before it even got out of my mouth. So I definitely could have gone in lower, but those are things that you learn, and now I know what to say. And now I know where to go.
It's awesome. So we're going to jump over to Deal Structure Overtime. Fire up the latest episode at smartrealestatecoachacademy.com. You guys that are viewing, we're big on free, right? You're watching this on YouTube. All the deals are for free. You would be doing yourself a disservice if you don't get your butt to one of our events or all 4 of our events. And depending on when you're seeing this, we have a summer of deals where we just do deals. We have a Wicked Smart Kickstart, and that's in June, by the way. We have a Wicked Smart Kickstart in January where we work on the mindset piece because it is January. And then we have 2 big events in the spring and the fall. So go check out that schedule at smartrealestatecoach.com. Go ahead and get over to the overtime at smartrealestatecoachacademy.com. And we're going to dive into some nuances on this in Brian's thought leadership and how the hell he pulled all this off.